I know that your powers of retention are as wet as a warthog's backside. But thick as you are, pay attention. My words are a matter of pride. It's clear from your vacant expressions. The lights are not all on upstairs, but we're talking kings and successions. Even you can't be caught unawares. So prepare for the coup of the century. Be prepared for sensational news. Meticulous planning, tenacity spanning, decades of denial is simply why I'll be king undisputed, respected, saluted, and seen for the meatloaf I am. Yes, my teeth and ambitions are bared. Be prepared. Yes, my teeth and ambitions are bad. Be prepared.
Well, I guess it's better than having him singing like a potato before everything opened. But hi, guys. Welcome back to the PJ Campbell Network. I am your host, PJ Campbell, and we're doing the watch-alongs again. Thank you for hanging out and waiting for us to come back to the watch-alongs. The world got a little crazy, and I didn't feel like we should be having fun and messing around on the channel just for shits and giggles like we normally would. But we're back, and tonight we're doing, of all things, The Lion King 2019. And I know a lot of you are like, what the hell is going on? I've never seen this. I missed it last year. It was just one of those things that didn't happen. And last night, when I was trying to figure it out, or 2 nights ago, whatever it was, Abby Freel, my friend, was like, hey, why don't we do The Lion King? This sounds like a great idea. And I was like, yeah, why not? It could go great. It could go terrible. We brought Cthulhu along because it feels like this is maybe the end of the world while we do this. So it should be plenty of fun. So, we've got a little bit going on this week, though, just to let you guys know. We did get the Spotify and iTunes links all updated. You can find all the shows, audio versions there. Last night, we had Rob Rakicki on Front Center Mezzanine with myself and Maxwell Haddad. We got to talk about the Lightning Thief musical, which I'm a huge fan of. It was a lot of fun. I hope you guys will check that out. Tomorrow night, they're doing Family Game Night with Remote Insensitivity, which is like Cards Against Humanity and Jackbox games. Lots of people. I think Eric, Nerd Chronic, Video Drew are both going to be there, so that should be a lot of fun. And then Monday night, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs is going to be our animated watch along, which I'm super excited about because it's one of my favorite animated films. And I like Bruce Campbell, and he's really great in that movie. Then Tuesday night, we are going to do Famous Last Words. Evan's going to be talking with Chris Clark. I'm sure that the whole interview was done in a potato format, so that should be very interesting. And then we've got Suddenly Soundtracks talking Dreamgirls on Wednesday with Janine the Machine and Alex Mack. And then Friday, much to James White's hype and excitement, and mine as well, we are going to be doing a watch along to The Rocketeer. The fact that we hadn't done this already is a crime probably against humanity, so I'm glad we're doing it. So with that, as we go ahead and get started, I'm going to go ahead and bring in the person whose idea this was to begin with, Abby Freel. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. I'm super excited. Thanks for blaming it on me that we're watching this movie.
You're welcome. I believe that you totally should own it.
Okay, well, you know what? I got stuff to say, so I'm excited.
I am too, because again, I have never seen this, so it should be quite the experience. I never watch things on stream for the first time, and I don't know how I'm going to react.
Well, have you seen The Lion King?
Yes.
So then you've seen this one.
That's what I've heard.
Yes.
So, I'm excited nonetheless. I like Jon Favreau, and I like the tech that he used at least, so I'm curious to see that at least. So, I'm glad that we're doing this. And we also have with us James White. Hello, sir.
Hey, guys. Yeah, it's going to be something. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be just chock full of good conversation, though, because this is not one of those movies that you just feel meh about. It's pretty one way or the other. I think you're actually going to like it, PJ. I don't know why, but I have a feeling that you're going to enjoy this movie. I don't think you're going to love it, but I don't think you're going to be on the side of hate. But yes, you brought up what next Friday, and me and my friend are excited. I can't wait to watch The Rocketeer with you guys.
Yeah, me and my friend are excited too. You can't really see him, I don't think, past Cthulhu, but he's right there.
There he is.
Yeah, right there next to the Green Hornet. So, we're looking good on that. And we also have our friend Theresa. Hi, Theresa.
Hi, thanks for having me.
I'm glad to have you. You are also watching this for the first time tonight.
Yes, but like you, I don't think I would have phrased it that I missed it last year. It was more of a conscious decision to not see. So
that was part of my thing, is that everyone kept being really hard on it, the people I trusted, and I love Jon Favreau, and I didn't really want to watch it and solely how I feel about his filmography. And now here we are. So
here we all are.
Here we all are. And I know that everyone kept asking, why are you doing this? Why not? I mean, I guess there's worse things we could be doing right now, and it's going to be enjoyable for the people at home who have never watched this. Kristen Smith is supposed to be here. I think she's going to be late. She forgot, actually. I just heard back from her. So she said she'd be in a bit. So we'll see how that is going. But for those who have never done a watch along with us before, we all have the movie queued up at 0 seconds. It's on Disney Plus right now if you don't own it, so you can watch along with us. We're going to count down from 5 to 0. As soon as I say play, we're all going to watch it together and add our fun commentary. If it's fun, we'll see how this turns
fun
out.
For us.
Fun for, you guys are going to enjoy watching Theresa and I squirm, probably. So with that, I think we'll go ahead and get this going, and we're going to start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go.
Okay.
I'm also going to have to make sure that my volume is at the right level, so you don't hear it, but I can.
Oh, and real quick, guys, we also have a Streamlabs. I'm going to put the link in the chat. So if you feel like throwing a few shekels our way to help keep the lights on, some proceeds will also be going to the Black Lives Matter movement. So go ahead and send your donations to the Streamlabs.
I like how Jon Favreau always does a storybook kind of animated castle vibe.
I do like that intro where it has the savannah around it. That was nice. I didn't notice that in the theater.
Oh, I just saw this. I wasn't fully waiting on you.
I was really just waiting for the animated savannah to pop up, and that just kind of threw me. It's like we're watching a Disney nature film.
The first time I saw this was at D23 when Jon Favreau introduced it, and he just played this whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
I can hear someone's.
It's probably mine.
He's going to get us a copyright strike on our 23rd episode of the show. We got this far, and then James shows up.
Well, I got to hear Circle of Life because it's the best Lion King song, and we couldn't talk about it last week. Or 2 days ago.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to get copyrighted. Might as well be on. Yeah.
Were you guys on a stream or something talking Disney movies? Is that what happened, James? Something?
Yeah, with silly arbitrary rules.
Well.
Oh, man. I gotta say, already out the gate, the animation is beautiful.
It's stunning. It's photorealistic. I mean, it's what they were able to do technically is incredible. But
if you knew you were going to be doing it this way, don't say it's a live action. If this was the intention the whole time, don't bill it as that.
I definitely put in the description of the video that it was live action in quotations because it's an animated movie, really. Yeah. But at the same time, I guess
it's just a really, 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 really good version of Dinosaur.
I was talking about that movie the other day because I was actually talking with Abby, and it was I don't really hate any of the animated Disney films. The only one I don't necessarily love anymore is Dinosaur, because when I worked at Best Buy, they used to play it all the time as a demo disc when HD DVDs and Blu-rays had just become a thing. And so
remember HD DVDs?
I do remember HD DVDs.
I have an HD DVD player.
Do you really?
I did. I sold it. I still have a couple HD DVDs laying around somewhere. I have Born Ultimatum or Born Identity on HD DVD.
I bet you can get $1 for that right now on eBay.
When they were both coming out, everybody said, "Oh, that's going to be the one that's going to win," and I picked Betamax over VHS.
So you've been on the wrong side.
I don't even know.
No, I didn't pick Betamax. I wasn't alive for that. Come on.
I was gonna say I don't even know what Betamax or HD DVD is.
HD DVD, you were alive for.
Yeah, they were around for that.
That and Blu-ray are basically the same thing. It's just two different versions.
Yeah, generally
Blu-ray.
wasn't it Tropic Thunder actually has like a whole thing about HD DVD versus Blu-ray, and that he's like, whoever Sony backs is who wins.
Oh, he's
But
so
and
cute.
Betamax was
Yes.
basically that of VHS tapes. VHS and Betamax were both cassette tapes, and VHS format won out. That's been your education into defunct video players.
Disney Magic says, I've got Superman the movie on HD DVD. Tried playing it on my Blu-ray player the other day because I didn't pay attention. Sad times. We've all been there, man.
It is a really cute little lion cub, though.
Yeah.
Keep him away from Joe Exotic.
When we were getting ready for this tonight, I actually used the GIF of Stitch being the one held up. For those who don't remember the Lilo and Stitch marketing campaign, which is still maybe the best marketing campaign of all time, Stitch infiltrated a bunch of Disney movies, and one of them was The Lion King.
I think the best one's the Little Mermaid one.
That one's really good too. The Aladdin one's great. The Beauty and
Which
the
makes
Beast one's
everything
really
better.
good. I agree.
Although
Right.
I also can't watch that scene or like that GIF or anything like that without thinking of like the bloopers they made for it, where it's like,
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So it opens exactly the same as the original. That's very interesting.
This movie is like Gus Van Sant's Psycho. Like, it's a shot-for-shot remake, and it's just weird.
Yeah, like the beats are even the same. It's just
That comparison scares the shit out of me. I'm not gonna lie to you, because the Psycho remake is maybe one of my least favorite things of all time.
It's just, if you watch Psycho, and then you watch Gus Van Sant's Psycho, you're getting the same movie, just worse, because you already know the story, and it's so well done. So, yeah.
fun.
I actually don't own the Psycho remake, and you guys know me. I own everything.
Yeah, I don't know that.
Shout did a Blu-ray release for it last year, I think, or the year before, like a massive special edition, and I was like, I'm not spending money on that. Little mouse is cute, though. Look at him go.
What makes that so weird to me is because when he did the Jungle Book, it like was a different interpretation of it.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I'm curious as to why the Lion King, like, it's his follow-up. So you would think they would let him have the creative freedom to.
I'm wondering if it was just because of the property. Like, the Jungle Book isn't regarded as
True.
severely as
Yeah.
as the Lion King, and I don't know whether they wanted him to change it around.
yeah. So I actually, fun fact, when TJ said this would be the one we were doing, I watched this yesterday with the director's commentary. And so Jon Favreau, he said exactly what James pointed out, is that it was all about like showing love to the original for the fans of the original and not really going like away from that, which is an interesting take.
watch the original.
That was always when people would ask me about this movie last year, I would say, if you want to watch a stylized version of this story, watch the original. Like, it doesn't make it, like, there's no appeal to the animals besides like it looks like a National Geographic film. So I don't know.
I fall on the side of, if you're going to remake a movie, pick a movie that didn't succeed the first time around. You don't need to remake something that's already been successful. And in the Lion King's case, I mean, it's one of the most popular, most beloved animated films ever.
Films ever.
Yeah. So
This was, I was going to say real quick, so they got David Owoyo, right, to be Scar. Why do you stick with James Earl Jones and not get someone else? Not that I don't love James Earl Jones, but you literally...
Why wouldn't you?
for the exact same reason as why they didn't change the movie, is because that's the voice of the Lion King. Matthew Broderick isn't the voice of the Lion
No.
King. Neither is Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
I'm just saying, though, I would have been curious to see who else you could have used. You know what I mean? Like,
Were
just...
you gonna recast
I think
Darth
that...
Vader?
I
Are you
mean,
going to recast Darth Vader in Rogue One? James Earl Jones is around. You could have got somebody that sounded more like Hayden Christensen. Why didn't you?
I'm just saying, because I mean, I think if you look
have
at it,
James
like,
Earl Jones, that's why.
See, I agree with James. I think it's very much like I see why he who.
Or Chiwetel Ejiofor, not David Awolio. Thank you, Disney Magic.
I thought that was what it was, but I didn't want to correct you if I was wrong.
No, it's fine. It's one of those things. I had it in my head the other way.
Yeah.
But sorry, Abby, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh no, I was just gonna say that you can't really replace James Earl Jones.
Not successfully.
Yeah.
Does he? I mean, I've seen the Broadway production once, and it's been a very long time. Does he also do all the voiceover stuff in the Broadway production?
I don't know. I have not seen the Broadway.
Private chat. Okay. Oh, yes. Thank you. Hi, Kristen.
Hi. I fell asleep.
Oh, okay. Well, we're glad to have you.
I guess my body's done with life right now, so I'm awake now though. We're all good.
Well, we're happy to have you here.
Yeah.
That's why I put you back to sleep, but
well, I'm working again, so this movie is great background noise, and I get to listen to my friends watch it.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds nice. It's got good orchestra. I
think Pharrell does a really good job of making new versions of the songs, but they're good songs. I don't know how much you could have changed,
Well, and again, I think that was to what you were talking about earlier, is that he knew that he couldn't change a lot just because of the IP and what it all means.
Well, yeah, imagine, saying, oh yeah, we're going to do the Lion King a remake of the animated version, and then not having the music, which is kind of the issue Mulan had, right? We're either really mad. Pat is really mad that they didn't even put the music in it. And
don't out me like that. I cannot talk about that.
I'm just joking.
Shit.
Well, no, we all know that they don't have the music in it, and you're mad about it.
What, for Mulan?
The damage is already done, but
it's not a secret.
And honestly, I think that's an intentional decision on their part to still keep the release date what it is, because they can say, "Oh, it was COVID. That's why it didn't make any money."
Oh my god, yes.
I'm keep wondering if that's going to get pushed back now, unlike everything else, because
I don't think it will, because I think they know that there's issues with it, and they can blame it on the fact that people just didn't want to go out to the theater and have that experience. I think that they're intentionally doing it,
and they could put.
I'm excited too, but I think that Disney's expecting it to not do as well as some of the others, and they're intentionally putting it in a position where they have other reasons for why it financially does not do as well.
That is 100% a Disney move.
It was definitely going to be interesting to see how it would have done if COVID hadn't happened.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. That's a Kevin Smets right there in the chat. He just wanted to say that it's a great group of people. And he wanted to spend some Hakuna Matata to us. So thank you, Kevin Smets. We love you, man.
And Janine.
Oh, Janine.
Janine too. Hi, Janine. We're happy to see you.
goodness.
Janine had a match today in the movie Trivia Schmodown. You should all go watch it and support the machine because she's wonderful and amazing. God, the scenery is just breathtaking. I can't stop staring at it.
It's really incredible what they were able to achieve,
Well, this is some of the same tech that they're using for Mandalorian now, right? Some of the similar soundstage type things.
I'm not quite sure. I haven't watched the I haven't even watched any of the behind the scenes stuff. I don't think it's that
the
type of thing.
Mandalorian is more the Mandalorian is more like the camera could move and the green screen moved with it and changed the perspective of the camera. From my understanding of this film was more they practiced they took a camera and did the camera movements, but it wasn't necessarily that they used that same setup for sure.
Right.
Might be similar then to Tintin, because I think Tintin did something similar where they actually practiced the camera movements in a soundstage and the action beats and stuff. They would move it around to figure out how they were going to do it.
I know the Lion King because I watched the director's commentary. They did film these are real camera movements,
right?
Not practice, and then they would just it's just crazy how a whole ass movie can be made, but all digitally.
I have to say, like, we talk about James Cameron and George Lucas and a lot of them in the conversation for directors who have really changed cinema, but I think Favreau gets overlooked a lot because I think he's changed cinema a lot since 2008 with Iron Man. Like, he's always pushing tech in a different way, in ways that I find at least interesting, even if I don't love the movie.
Yeah.
Well, he said, and he doesn't stick to one genre. Like, he jumps around to, like, the types of projects that he's doing.
He's very versatile in what he does, and his filmography is so varied. It's really cool.
It really is. I mean, when you can also be the guy who did Chef and this and
Elf.
Exactly. And Elf is a freaking
Maid.
Yeah.
And Swingers. These Swingers too, right?
He didn't direct it.
He's in it.
It's based on his life, but he did. Yeah.
I couldn't remember if he directed that one or not.
And of course, even as an actor, with him being in so many different things, from like Friends to Rudy and things like that as well. Dude is just super talented.
If only someone had suggested that he have the wheel slice on the Schmodown.
Danny,
agree.
Danny Coast, are we watching the animated one? Well, theoretically speaking, they're both animated.
I will give him a Zazu being voiced by John Oliver is perfect.
Oh, yeah. I would say it is a good cast. Like, everyone does good in the voice cast. I just have such an issue with, like, the emotions. There's no emotions there. And it's more than, like, if you watch an Air Bud and, like... Sorry, I don't know. I don't mean to compare this to Air Bud.
Part of the problem with making it, photorealistic is you don't have an anthropomorphized animal that you can project emotions in their animation.
Like,
so you're getting
eyes,
just a blank stare for everything, whether it's anger or sad. You get a little eyebrows here and there, but they can't put that emotion on like they would with an animated character, or even if it was semi-live action. Like Zootopia-esque, where at least they're anthropomorphized,
And like the voice acting is just so good and so emotional, and it really pops out and makes it I feel like at certain times I can just see Beyonce in a voice-over booth,
Right.
And I'm not just ingrained into the movie.
Well, but that's also how I picture my inner monologue. Beyonce and voice
Beyonce. That's fair.
I picture my inner monologue exactly like JD's in Scrubs. So if anyone has ever watched Scrubs, my mind works exactly like his does, for better or worse.
Mine is Lizzie McGuire, how there's me, and then there's like an animated me. Yeah, that's just like freaking out all the time. But
Theresa's lying anyway, because hers is Leslie Knope and she knows it.
Yeah. I'm not ashamed of that.
I do think that the best thing to come out of this movie, though, was The Lion King: The Gift, which is Beyonce's companion album to this, and it is a masterpiece. I think everyone should listen to it like once a week.
Is it weird that I listened to that without watching the movie? Because I definitely listened to it like 3 or 4 times last year alone after it came out. Oh, okay. Or not, that's fine too.
Sorry, I got distracted by the movie.
It's all good.
Like we're doing a watch along or something.
I mean, but like little Simba's so cute.
He is.
That's like so as the mom of the group, I suppose, right? Like kids love watching animals. They like love it. Like Cara loves watching like animal documentaries. Like if she's being a butt, I'll just be like, all right, pulling up YouTube. Like here's videos of baby foxes. Like just like random stuff. Like kids like this.
Real quick, I want to shout out Mike K, who actually donated $100 to the Streamlabs and said, hope you all had a nice Juneteenth. I have no idea what to expect from this rewatch, but I'm sure the conversation will make it worth it. Well, I hope that it's already made it worth it for you so far, Mike, because I think we're doing a great job trying to stay on track, but, it's going to deteriorate into whatever it becomes as we go along.
Thanks so much, Mike. That's awesome, man.
Yeah, thank you, Mike.
Mike's like all into everyone's Streamlabs lately.
Yeah,
dude, Mike has been here since the beginning, and he's on everyone's Streamlabs. He's arguably one of the best fans in the entire like space. I love whenever Mike is on things. So Mike,
I give him a 5 out of 5.
I give him a 6 out of 5. We're gonna take that a step farther. Ooh. I broke math by doing that, but that's fine.
You got to do it like we rate dogs. 12 out of 10.
Yeah.
I mean, like the 5 out of 5 is that's like Mike's thing.
Oh yeah, 5 out of 5. It's definitely Mike's thing.
Bye, Danny. We'll see you soon.
5 out of 5.
Okay,
Mike, what did you score this one?
Did anyone else ever have a Connect?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Did you ever play Connectimals? Mm-hmm. This is the same. Looks like Connectimals.
A little bit.
That's a reference, but
it does.
It actually really does. It is so weird that they're just animals. It's freaking me out. Like what we were talking about earlier with the no emotions or anything. It's confusing me.
I honestly, this is just but like this is just John Oliver. Like they didn't even animate him.
Yeah, that's what he looks
like. They just used him,
right? I think that's what they did.
Yeah,
I mean, I believe that.
Yeah, that's just who he is for real.
Mike wants us to know that he thinks he gave this one a 4.5 on his.
Wow,
that sounds about right.
And I saw Stardrew in the chat saying something that most people listen to the Tron soundtrack over the movie as well. I mean, that might be true, but I also watch Tron Legacy at least like every month. So, I mean, maybe that's just me.
I still haven't watched Legacy, but I was not a fan of Tron.
I think Legacy is like miles better than the original.
I've seen both, but like, how did people in the 80s like the movie in the first place?
Yeah, I just watched it for the first time like 6 months ago or something.
I've watched it maybe like 3 times, and I've tried to sit there and be like,
it's one of the most boring movies ever made. But the special effects are groundbreaking. I will give them that.
And that was what it was more than anything. I mean, remember, it's a cult hit for a reason. It wasn't like a massive box office hit.
Right, yeah.
Tron didn't do well. The special effects were groundbreaking, but it's not great.
Tron Legacy is a little yikes, though, when it comes to that.
The de-aging?
Yeah. Oh, my God. This is my favorite song.
I'm just going to jam out anytime a song comes on.
Yeah, and this kid who sings, J.D. McCrary, is so good.
Just like I said the other day, just makes me think I'm playing Lion King on Sega.
I need to get it.
I still have it for my Super Nintendo still works, and so I still play it.
I want to get. They have a bundle with the Aladdin. Yeah,
I got that for James for Christmas one year.
I streamed it on Twitch like 2 months ago.
And that Sega version is apparently different than the Super Nintendo
viewers.
Hey man, if we're talking about Twitch, Abby Freel is now on Twitch, and she's been singing like every night. And so everyone should go follow Abby on Twitch if you're not already.
Oh my God!
You're welcome.
Is this your next karaoke song?
What?
Is this your next karaoke song?
They only have the Elton John version.
Elton John version?
Yeah, and I it's too hard for me to sing because I can't hit his notes.
That's when you just bring in a CD and just hand it to him. So look, this is going to be my next song.
So the next time we're all actually in the same room together, we're actually doing karaoke, right? Like that's a thing that's happening.
You don't want that.
I do.
I do.
I mean, I do. Yeah. How much alcohol do we have to give you for this to happen?
Everyone's invited on my Twitch karaoke starting next week.
Well, look, I mean, that I don't want to put out into the world because I don't want to do that to anybody, but with my friends, it's fine. Like I can't sing really. So, you know.
I like to sing, but I'm not good at it.
No one said you had to be good. I just said you had to go. So
I will continue supporting you in the comment section.
I would like to go to the karaoke bars like in Japan where they're just like in a little booth and you're just singing to nobody. You have your own little private room.
Yeah. Those are like the coolest and also like worst things. Like they're super expensive, but
yeah,
so cool.
I wonder if. Oh, go ahead, Abby.
No, I was just gonna say. So this song is like my favorite one, and it's so like the animated one is so colorful and everything. And I remember just my soul leaving my body when I saw this for the first time because it's so boring to look at. But then Jon Favreau was saying in this commentary like, oh, I brought in these colorful animals to, you know, kind of liven it up, and like the flamingos bring color, and like look at all that color, and it's like, what?
I
Like,
don't see that at all.
yeah, I don't know. It was just it's
Yeah, the issue is like African animals as a whole don't tend to be very colorful because the majority of them like want to blend in with the environment, or else like they get killed. So like there aren't just a lot of like
this is the final note, and that was all it is. Oh,
yeah.
God.
Yeah,
So,
this is not like the movie you want to make if you want to be like bright and colorful.
I love the original animated movie. I saw it back in theaters when it first came out, like a bunch of times as a kid. I saw it again on the 3D re-release. Like anytime it's been a revival screen, I've always gone because I love the movie. That hurt a little bit to watch, you guys. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Well, so I definitely, when I was thinking about this earlier, I'm like, I distinctly remember I had a Lion King pencil case that was like scenes like from that specific song, and it was like pink and purple. It was very, very vibrant, and it's just when you're doing the realistic aspect.
The thing about this movie that just it really makes my brain hurt is I love the Lion King and I love animal videos and nature films. In particular. And especially big cats, like that's my thing. I love tigers and lions and all that stuff, but it's weird that I don't love this movie. Like it should be made for me, but it's just the way that it comes. I don't know. I didn't hate this like a lot of people do. I was just very meh on it.
Yeah, the shot for shot remake did not do this any favors because you have something that is so much like it is a cartoon, right? There are things in it that obviously have to be a cartoon,
right?
Like that song in particular.
Yeah,
you cannot do that live action; just doesn't work.
Even the video game that we were just talking about, that platform game is more colorful in the same sequence than that whole scene just was, which is a whole thing considering that was like a SNES and Genesis game.
Yeah, the original was 1994.
Yeah,
for someone in the chat.
Mark Turry, yeah.
The elephant graveyard, where elephants go to die.
Schmodown. Where do elephants go to die? The elephant graveyard.
No, it was I think in the computer game there was like it was like called like Disney.
Yeah, they had a elephant graveyard stage in that. It was like a CD-ROM.
Yeah, CD-ROM. Okay, I had all. So that's like I never played those. I had that one, and I had the 101 Dalmatians one was my favorite. But you like entered the level, and it was like elephant graveyard, where elephants go to die.
That level's super creepy, by the way.
They have one in the Sega and the Super Nintendo one too. They have Elephant Graveyard. I'll date myself here. I had a Lion King Tiger handheld game.
Oh wow, dude!
I had the little Aladdin one. That was like
I had the Aladdin one too.
That was hard. That was so hard.
I have. Oh my God! Have you guys ever? Because I had all 3 DVDs: Lion King 1.5, Lion King 2, Lion King. Did you guys ever play the virtual safaris?
Yes.
No, because I had them on VHS.
Oh my God. They are so much fun. Like literally, I think that's where my love of these movies come from is like Timon and Pumbaa's virtual safaris.
I just love Timon and Pumbaa just as a general rule of thumb. Like I love them for everything. Their TV show is severely underappreciated.
Is it on Disney Plus?
I believe it is.
Yeah. I really want to go through and watch like The Little Mermaid show.
I loved
that show. Was good.
The
Aladdin show
great.
Was so cool.
You know what's funny about that is that
Prince of Thieves, King of Thieves was basically just 3 episodes of the animated show just put together.
No, that was Return of Jafar.
No, King of Thieves.
One of them was
King of Thieves because there's actually if you watch King of Thieves, there's ad breaks like 1/3 of the way through each movie.
I will
Actually, I think it's the first Aladdin. So,
regardless of all of, I don't even remember where I was going now.
I think it's the live action version.
I rewatched Hercules, the animated series, and I forgot it crossed over with Aladdin.
Yes.
And that was so good.
Kim Possible crosses over with Lilo and Stitch.
And so does Recess and the Proud Family.
Yeah.
I loved Recess.
When they
Recess
do those
is so good.
crossovers, it creates a really problematic universe.
Yeah. Hey, Mike K, I just want to ask Mike, which one of the Aladdin sequels was the one that was composed of a bunch of the different episodes? He'd know. Return of the Jafar. Disney Magic coming in hot.
I want to see documentation.
I actually didn't mind for in terms of Disney direct to video sequels. I didn't mind the Aladdin ones.
They're the best ones outside of Lilo and Stitch too.
Yeah, the second one.
Lion King 1.5 exists.
Yeah, that's true.
And
Cinderella
Mulan 2.
3. Cinderella 3 is also good.
Cinderella 2
3.
is underrated.
Cinderella 3 is the time travel one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah.
Here's my
Any of the Disney
Someone
sequels,
put their sci-fi in with my Disney princess. movie.
here's
I've
my
only seen the
issue.
Aladdin and the Lion King ones.
I want to know what Abby's issue is.
Cinderella 3 is iconic, yes. But isn't it, this is how I remember it goes. They mess up the timeline, and then the fairy godmother gets it back. Or no, they find each other in the alternate timeline, and the fairy godmother's like, do you want me to just turn it back? And Cinderella's like, nope, I'm good. I think that's how it goes. I'm going to watch it tomorrow.
So should we do a Cinderella 3 watch along?
Bro, if we do, I will.
No, I'm serious, Abby. Do you want it? I will do it.
We should do a Lion King 1.5.
All right, let's do it. So not this Tuesday. Let's do it or not this Monday. The following Monday, we'll do Lion King 1.5. I would
Why
totally
not this Monday?
Because we're doing Cloudy. We already announced it.
That's lame. Cloudy's not even that good. I'm just kidding.
Kick her out.
That hurt my heart so bad when she said that. Oh my god.
I've only seen it once in theaters, and I was 7.
Cloudy makes my life. I love that movie so much. I think it's one of the best parodies of a disaster film ever made. Plus, Bruce Campbell's in it, and you can't go wrong with Bruce Campbell.
Who's he? The dad?
No, he's the mayor of the town.
No.
He's the villain.
I just remember
I was waiting
that.
for her to say who was Bruce Campbell and see PJ's head explode.
He should be the mayor of every town.
I only know
agree.
Bruce Campbell from the Spider-Man 2 video game. Not even Spider-Man, just the Spider-Man 2 video game.
And I know she knows because she listens to me talk about him probably way too much. And she actually sent me a picture at Ripley's Believe It or Not of Bruce Campbell. And I was like,
I did. I went to a Ripley's Believe It or Not museum last week, and there was a Bruce Campbell thing.
It's like, this guy's famous, believe it or not.
No, he hosted a show.
Yeah. The reboot of the show that they did a couple of years back. He was the host of it.
Oh, really? I didn't know it.
Yeah.
I watched the original version of that, but I never.
The Dean Cain version.
Yeah.
That was always the Superman hype of the whatever 90s. He was so popular.
Oh, we don't talk about Dean Cain anymore, though.
Nope. I was watching.
Not anymore.
Is he canceled?
He is.
He is. He went from being Superman to incredibly racist and one of those guys. So
he was Supergirl's dad on Supergirl, right?
Yeah.
That's what I know him
And
from.
he and Brenda Walsh dated on Beverly Hills 90210.
Rude.
Burn Notice is great, Star Drew. I just want to throw that out there. Gonna give some love to that. He was also in the episode of Psych in its last season. He was a guest star.
Yeah, I was watching Out of Time a couple weeks ago, and he is like the worst person in that movie.
Okay.
And I was like, oh well, when this was made, like everybody was like, wow, he can't play that type, and now you're looking at it and going, oh yeah, okay.
Maxwell watched it last week or the week before, and he sent me the same message. He was like, Dean Cain is in this, and he's a terrible person, and it's not really a stretch anymore.
Nope, that was me. I sent you that text.
Was it you? I thought no. Maxwell sent me one too.
Wow, you've got so many people in your DMs about Dean Cain.
What a weird thing to just people be like, here's the thing about Dean Cain.
I sent it to Max. I sent that text to Max.
Yeah, and Maxwell sent me one. Yeah. So our group tends to watch a lot of the same things around the same time. So we're always sending each other messages about the things that we're watching. So that's part of the issue there.
You guys should just start a group chat.
Yeah. Which
Do
one?
we need any more group chats than we already have?
The ones I already ignore because they're just too much.
Yeah.
The best group chats are the ones that you don't start with the intention of having a big ass group chat. The best ones like grow, you know,
Mhm.
and that's the tea. That's my thesis on group chats for the night.
Okay, I gotta admit, this scene's actually pretty good.
It's because you can't tell that it's not hand drawn right now.
Well, not just that, they're also showing it
the
from
part
the
where
side.
it says sex in the stars.
Yeah, right.
SFX. And that's not that part. That's later when he falls into the flowers.
Did anyone else here have the VHS with the naked girl and the rescuers?
Oh, and the rescuers?
I don't think I think our VHS of Rescuers was recorded, like we recorded off television, and that's how I had it. I don't think I've seen like the footage of it, but I don't think we ever.
That's how I had a couple movies, was like recorded.
I did have
off
the Little
television.
Mermaid penis cover.
I was gonna ask if anyone had the Little Mermaid penis cover.
I remember now, like anytime I would record a movie off TV, I would always like be right there, pause it when the commercial came on and then play. And now looking back, like I wish I never would have done that. First of all, I would
the commercials. I have all of my fabulous 80s commercials.
But that's what I would love to watch, seeing those old commercials and just feeling the hits to the nostalgia.
That's how I watched the Star Wars holiday special, is because someone ripped it from like their VHS and it had all the commercials from like that day.
That is such a time capsule.
Watching commercials.
I also have all of my Michael Eisner introductions.
Yeah. My Muppet family.
It's ripped and on YouTube immediately.
So I'm gonna if you watch that around Christmas, I'm joining you because that's like my top 5 Christmas movies.
It's easily in mine. We're absolutely gonna do something for Muppet Family Christmas. It every time I watch it, it makes me cry. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's so good. What?
I'm pretty sure it's not on Plus.
It's not, because there's a rights thing because of the Fraggles are in it, and like all of that is so tied up in legalities that it's never officially been released, and so it breaks my heart because I love it so much. Sesame Street characters are in it too, like the ending every time when Jim Henson is looking at all of them and he's like, I'm so proud of them. Like I just like when they're happy. Every time I'm just like, God damn it, I cry every time.
That is a must watch for me every year.
Yeah,
so.
me too. I'm so glad that I'm not alone in this, because Muppet Family Christmas just is the best. All the
this
shots.
Is one of my least favorite parts of the movie, just because I love Be Prepared so much.
Yeah.
Go
ahead, Abby. Sorry.
It's just not interesting to look at, and like, no, I'm not saying you have to have like a whole Nazi symbolism dance number. I'm just like, I just think you can barely see what's going on.
Yeah.
Like in the theater. Mm-hmm. And it's like a little bit better now, but even when I was watching the director's commentary, Jon Favreau was like, I always love to use this lighting. Like, this lighting's so cool. And I'm like, what do you like about it?
Well, like the delivery is like so like just like growly.
Yeah.
In not a good way.
It's a spoken word poem more than it is performance.
Yeah,
it's like a spoken word poem by like a death metal like it's weird. It's so weird.
It reminds me of like My Fair Lady and how they like, talk rap essentially. Like that's what this feels like, but not interesting. I like this shot right here. I think it looks cool, but I don't think it's interesting. That's where I'm falling behind on this. Is like visually, I don't know why I should be drawn into this.
Yeah.
Well, and especially because it's the exact same as the animated. Like, this is the problem with a lot of remakes when they don't take a different twist or a different version of it. It's just like, I'm going to watch this and I immediately think of the animated version. And I'm comparing it. Like, there's no way to not compare it because it's literally beat for beat.
Yeah. I mean,
I think the only ones that have been able to like break that have been Cinderella and Jungle Book.
Mm-hmm. That's because they need something different.
Yeah, they're both the best for that very reason.
They both expanded upon the material they were basing it off.
I still haven't watched The Lady and the Tramp.
I hear it's really good.
It's pretty cute, actually. I didn't totally hate it, but I forgot it existed until you just said it right now that I've seen it.
That sounds highly unoffensive. Like, I watched it and I forgot it existed. Like, that's honestly Sometimes I wish some of these movies I would fit
as a
that
filmmaker,
category.
that's all you want, you know.
Yeah. Oh, Pete's Dragon, the Young Critics.
Dragon.
Pete's Dragon was great.
But Pete's Dragon doesn't have the same type of.
No,
Like-
Pete's Dragon does something different. You know, it has a different take on it.
But it also didn't have the pressure, like I think Theresa was saying it earlier, of just like, because this was like, oh, holy fuck, it's the Lion King. Like, oh my God, it's Beauty and the Beast. Like, no one my age knows Pete's Dragon, you know.
I mean, it's
I wouldn't
not.
say that. There's somebody out there that
No, and I knew what it was. Like, I have the VHS and the DVD, but.
I mean, but it's not beloved in the same way that a lot of these are. There's a reason that they're going back to the Renaissance era for a lot of the remakes, or like the bigger films, like Maleficent doing Sleeping Beauty and things like that.
Oh, I forgot about Maleficent. I think Maleficent is a really interesting remake.
I haven't seen the second one yet, so I can't comment on that. But I thought the first one was fine. I wasn't one of the people who like hated it. I thought Angelina Jolie was great in it.
It's just
but I appreciate that it did something different.
They have to take a different spin. I mean, if you can pull from the same subject matter, you can just have to have some sort of a different take on it.
Well, that's
what they need to be pulling from. I mean, if they want to make a live action Sword in the Stone,
totally, they are.
Yeah,
they announced it. Yeah.
Yeah,
they need to like keep certain things and change certain things. Like, yeah,
Black Cauldron is absolutely perfect for a live action.
I think they just announced that too, like a week or two ago.
Well,
I mean, that's what they need to draw from, and not.
This is gonna sound weird, but like the best part of the Rob Zombie Halloween film, the first one, is when he's not doing the original movie. The moment that movie becomes the original is problematic because it's doing the same thing where it's remaking the other movies.
I know. I'm anticipating.
No, I remember I was so stressed because I don't like death scenes in general, and like even though I don't even remember if I was enjoying myself,
well,
I was like, I just need to get through this scene. Just, you know what? Can we just?
Why did they have to? Sorry, this is like it's related, but I'm like, okay, so World of Color in DCA. Why did they have to show the whole scene?
Yeah, what?
It's traumatizing.
You're having a fun time at Disneyland, and you're like, oh fuck.
Yeah, but I mean, it's used so beautifully all the same. As someone who
it just keeps going. I was like, oh, they're gonna stop it now and go to something better. They're gonna stop it now. Like it just keeps playing the whole scene.
I mean, I don't disagree. Go ahead, Abby. Sorry, I totally.
No, I was just gonna talk about how I definitely feel like they had to they couldn't do Scar. It's so weird to see Scar so like blonde almost.
Yeah.
But in a Lion Pride or whatever, the darker you are, like the more dominant you are. So it makes sense, but it's still so weird to see Scar like that.
Yeah.
It's throwing
this
me
is
off.
also like where in the real Animal Kingdom the male lion looks and sees one of his cubs down there and he just goes, no, it's okay, I've got 15 more.
Yeah, he just goes and like bangs another chick. He's like, yeah, it's fine.
Also, like, they're awake too much in this movie.
Yeah, they really are.
Have y'all ever been to a zoo? The lion is never awake. They sleep 20 hours a day.
That's why the song is The Lion Sleeps.
Yeah.
Sleeps all day. Especially the guy.
Male lions don't do shit. It's all the women that are out there doing the work.
Yeah.
You're
all
not
he
wrong.
does is just big and just protect the females, and then they go out and do everything.
As is life.
True.
So, Kara watched the animated movie the other day, and she got so upset.
Really?
At the scene, she was so upset.
I mean, this
She
is
was
the
like,
scene.
Dada! I'm like, no.
I never had an issue with this one as a kid. I was always just scared of like Snow White. I was so scared of Snow White.
Oh, the witch.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah.
Okay,
the tree scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh heck no! I just remember like not wanting to watch it.
Snow White's Scary Adventure after that.
Oh my god.
Well, she's so weird because like she'll watch like all this weird stuff and she thinks it's hilarious, like movies that have scary stuff in it. But like,
yeah, I was kind of like that too. Where
she's a weird kid.
I had random ones that you would think I would have been scared of, and I wasn't. But then I still get like the heebie-jeebies from some other stuff.
This scene coming up, I mean, the famous "Long Live the King." You know, I don't think it hits nearly as much as it does in the anime. Like this particular one, it just feels very flat, and
it's the most pivotal moment of the movie.
And it's just blah.
And when I was watching the commentary, Jon Favreau was like, I mean, look at his eyes. It's all in his eyes in this part. And it was like, no, it's not.
I mean, they're lion eyes.
Yeah.
I don't remember liking Chiwetel's delivery of it either. It just felt very just like meh.
Yeah.
Wait, PJ, can you bring up Robert Parker's comment real quick?
I saw it.
Yeah. That was what I was just thinking though when Mufasa put Simba up on the side and they're supposed to have this like very longing look at each other, and I was like, I'm looking at two lions.
Fuck.
He says it so absent-mindedly.
He kind of looks funny there. And that zoom, I can't handle that zoom every time.
That zoom out is.
And put in your head when he screams no, just all you're hearing is meow.
And it's so funny because that's the same exact shot of the animated one. Like that. That's the same shot.
Yeah.
It's so much more. It's just less interesting.
Cthulhu is not amused by the death
What the
scene.
heck is a Cthulhu? I don't even know.
Are you serious?
Yes, I'm dead serious.
Cthulhu is like one of the greatest cosmic monsters of all time. You should look up H.P. Lovecraft's writing. Not H.P. Lovecraft himself. He was a garbage human being, but
that sounds
his
nerdy.
writing. It is. It's very nerdy, and his writing was super influential on me. Like I love cosmic horror. Things like Color Out of Space are based off of H.P. Lovecraft's stories and things like that. And Cthulhu is one of those. Like Evil Dead,
like evil Dr. Zordberg. Like,
yeah. Well, that's what it's based
boring.
off of.
So it's very much Lovecraft is like the Brendan Meyer movie Color Out of Space.
No, that's one of them. Also,
Yeah.
Evil Dead is like very Lovecraftian. Reanimator, things like that. They're all based off.
I'm trying to put it into terms that Abby understands.
Yeah.
Brendan Meyer is something we all understand.
Bruce Campbell, Evil Dead.
Yeah, but she already said that she knows Bruce Campbell from the Spider-Man 2
Yeah.
game.
She
And I like that it's the Spider-Man 2, the game.
Yeah.
Spider-Man 2.
No, I don't even think I fully saw Spider-Man 2 until I was 13.
So he's in all the first three Spider-Man.
Yes.
He's in a different role. Okay.
I do know that now. But I grew up playing only the video game.
I just want to. So Jada Elridge says, "Hi, I'm new. Hi, Jada. We're happy to have you here. Thanks for coming and watching the movie with us." Mike K. Why are all the great writers such garbage human beings? Because they were raised racist and terrible, and they're just not good people. But I still like his writing, even though he's a garbage human being. Please watch Reanimator.
Oh, I didn't even show off my shirt. I'm wearing my Black Panther Simba shirt.
I like that. That's good.
Oh my god. I would show you my feet, but I don't want my feet on the internet. But I'm wearing Simba socks.
That's not a good idea, Abby.
That is a good choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm wearing Simba socks, but you can't see.
I'm wearing a Killer Clown shirt, so it has nothing to do with any of what we're watching.
So Abby had mentioned that like weird things didn't scare her when she was a kid, and so before we started the stream, I saw PJ was wearing that shirt, and I told him like I caught Killer Clowns when I was like 5 or 6 on television, and I became obsessed. Like I love that movie so much, and inappropriately young age to like be fascinated by that film.
It's so good, you guys. I need Halloween Horror Nights to happen just so that they can do another Killer Clowns maze.
And I can actually see it in person and not through photos.
Yes, not through live vlogs.
So
I took pictures that I got in trouble for.
Yeah, I was with you when that happened.
Like photos from inside the Killer Clown maze.
I still don't understand why they do that, because at the end of the day, even if you delete the picture, you can still undelete the picture right after.
Well, first of all, you need a security person that knows that and isn't that stupid. But the thing I don't understand is if you're not taking flash photography, it shouldn't be a big deal, because they've had the videos on the walking tours for Halloween Horror, and that's like 3 weeks before the first house even opens.
Oh my god.
It's like nobody is going through those houses getting surprised. So as long as you're not recording where it's obstructive to other guests, it shouldn't even be a problem. Killer Clowns should be a October watch along for sure, Mike.
Mike? Who's Mike?
Mike K.
I didn't see the comment. Sorry, I was watching the movie.
I feel like October every
Bonsai,
watch along should just be like really like bad horror movies. I think that would be
Birdemic. Both of them are amazing. I love really bad movies. Like I genuinely have a thing for bad movies. So.
I conclude that Killer Clowns is not a bad movie.
It's not. It's a B. I mean, it's a B movie, but I don't think so.
But yeah,
Birdemic is a bad movie, but it's amazing.
You know what else we should watch in October? You know, now that we're talking about is Arachnophobia.
Wait, I just got an idea for your channel.
Yes.
Instead of waiting to do Christmas movies, you should just do Christmas in July.
Ooh, that's not a bad idea because I was thinking about doing like semi-patriotic movies like Independence Day, but I don't feel very patriotic this year. So maybe we should just do Christmas in July. That could be fun.
That's the team.
Yep.
I was thinking
July blockbusters, like some of the biggest.
Oh, that's a good idea too. Yeah. Just do like the top least American movies, like ones that just like really give like a big FU, and then
the one I really wanted to watch was White House.
Badly.
I really wanted to watch White House Down because I just really wanted to watch James Wood get destroyed by a machine gun at the end of the movie.
Like
Solid
Hercules,
reasoning.
or not like Hades, James Wood?
Yes,
Yeah.
I don't know what he looks like. I just know his voice.
I mean, he
basically looks like Hades.
Yeah, he really does.
Just without that blue hair.
That dude is one of the most prominent character actors of all time, and I love him in almost everything he's ever been in, but he's such a garbage human that it breaks my heart.
Well, and I was saying that I watched Hercules the other day, and I was saying, at least I don't have to like physically see him in this. Like I can remove
I can still kind of compartmentalize Hercules and whenever he showed up on like Family Guy
or stuff. I love Recess School's Out. I think that movie's wonderful, and he's the villain in that too. So,
I mean, typecasting.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, exactly.
The faces on the lionesses did not look very good just then.
No.
Yeah.
And like, this movie's just a big, you know.
I know. I'm trying really hard to be.
They also always address each other by name. I think because you cannot distinguish who they are.
Well, yeah, because they're just lions.
Like, they just frustrate me so much.
Why does this look so muted?
It's like we're watching.
It's like real life doc footage, but even doc footage looks more colorful.
Remember when that video went around of like someone colorizing Marvel movies?
Yeah. Yeah.
TBT.
Yeah.
To make everyone happy, we're actually moving into part of the movie that works out real well.
Ooh, I love this. Janine says they were going to do the Purge movies in July. For Morgan hasn't seen it, but we decided we're going to do my favorite Black films from multiple genres. I love that. That's actually.
I'm excited to see this list.
Yeah, yes. There's some I should do too because I
everyone check out Morgan Hasn't Seen It.
Yes,
it's in Morgan's podcast.
But also the Purge movies as a July base is hilarious.
Do you guys remember during the election? I think it was when election year was coming out. They were running ads for that movie like it was actually election footage. It was amazing. I really have it. I really like those Purge films. I feel like we're in the freaking like Egypt right now. That was very confusing.
In the freaking Egypt.
Oh, we're not even halfway done.
In the freaking
That's another
Egypt.
thing. They found some way to tack on 30 more minutes onto an already good film.
Yeah, I know.
And it's the same beats.
Have everything the same, but then you decided to stretch it out and just make everything kind of drawn out and obnoxious.
I was
Someone's
certainly
got a
confused. That would be my phone. That would be my mother texting me. Sorry, guys.
Hi, Mom.
Yeah.
Hi, PJ's mom.
Yeah. She likes sending me random articles like Mark Hamill had a cameo in The Mandalorian. Thanks, Mom. I saw that article earlier, but I appreciate that she cares.
You know,
she knows that.
I got that scoop 3 months ago. What are you talking about?
Okay. I think Billy Eichner is the best person in this movie.
100%.
I was waiting like for him to.
All right, so
He's
this
a furry
is
bird.
He's in The Lion King.
This is literally like the only part of this movie that works.
I won't lie to you guys though. I'm glad that it's Billy Eichner and Seth Rogen, but I really wanted it to be Key and Peele as Timon and Pumbaa. And before it was cast, like in my head, I was like, this is who it has to be. But I mean, at the same time, that little Run for Your Life is so Billy Eichner and it's so perfect.
Yeah, you can just see him like running through New York as a meerkat.
I just want you guys to know I did tell my mom that you guys all said hello to her. So
thank you.
Yeah, she doesn't know who I am, but
that is not true. She definitely does. You and I have had that conversation before.
I guess that's what warthogs look like. You know?
Yes.
Not as cute as the movie, for sure.
I would just like to shout out Seth Rogen because Siesta Key is a show on MTV, and one of the people got fired for being racist, and Seth Rogen has secretly been a fan the entire time. Like, he's tweeted about it a couple times, and he attacked one of the cast members today on Twitter, and it was really funny.
That's awesome.
So, just things that only apply to me.
Mike K coming in hot. No, I only know what that show is because of you. And so when he tweeted about it the other day, I immediately was like, I shouldn't know what this is, but I 100% now know what this is.
It's the best reality show on television.
Like one of my best friends, she lived in Sarasota, and so when I would go to visit her, we would go to Siesta Key. So I was like, I don't think I can watch this because I'm just like,
it's a reality show set in Siesta Key.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
And let me tell you, they be wilding in Siesta Key because I have family in Sarasota as well, and so I go there like half the year. So
nice. I go down to Sarasota every October, and I play baseball.
My mom says hello to all of you, by the way.
Hi, PJ's mom.
That's a thing that happened. We've never actually had my mother or my father text me in the middle of a stream, and now that has happened 23 episodes into this. So there we go.
That's January's watch along. It's PJ with his parents watching home videos.
There are no home videos of that. Dude, there's barely pictures of me that exist with people. You think there's home video?
So Theresa and I were at we were at Disney.
Just without thinking about that.
We're at Disney maybe
Animal
2 years ago. We're at Animal Kingdom, and we're walking past the gorilla exhibit at Animal Kingdom, and that's right next to where they do a Timon meet and greet.
Yes.
So Timon was out, meeting fans and everybody, and we're walking by, and all of a sudden we just hear, "That's Timon!" And we're like,
he's from the Lion King.
He's from the Lion King.
That's awesome.
And it was a middle-aged woman that just screaming at her friend who had no clue who that character was.
That's
so anytime we see Timon now, we want to say like, "That's Timon."
Robert says, have you guys seen the video of Nathan Lane on Stephen Colbert where he reads a letter he sent to Billy Eichner about how he's going to be a shitty Timon? I have not.
That sounds vaguely familiar, and I think I remember seeing a clip of that, but I don't remember. I definitely want to see that video now.
And at one point when Seth Rogen was dissing like the guy on Siesta Key, like one of the guy's comebacks was that he sounded like shit in this movie. That's what I just can't. It was just funny. Farted.
Seth Rogen singing in this movie is what I equate Russell Crowe in Les Mis. They don't have to be great singers. They just have to kind of do the job. He wasn't, he's supposed to be a constable or whatever. He's not a professional singer. And he's just supposed to be a warthog. They don't have great voices.
I think that honestly, like, you have a lot of really great singers in this movie. And what does this movie not need? Just like more really amazing singers singing blankly into an animal's face. Add some character to it. And that's what they did. And it might not be great singing, but it's great character work.
Yeah.
And this movie needed this. Like, without this movie is just like a really bad Disney nature documentary with voiceover.
No, 100%. It kind of
it's right there when they get the straight on look. There's so many times where an animal's face is dead center square, and you don't have a tilt, and that's when it looks so weird.
I was gonna say it kind of reminds me of Mamma Mia to what you guys were talking about. Like Pierce Brosnan really can't sing, but I like him in it because it adds character to that character that he is, and I enjoy it for what it's worth.
Right.
Would this movie have made $1 billion if it didn't have songs? Mike K asks. No, absolutely not.
No, I'll say if this movie had no songs like they're doing with Mulan, and it was released, I think it's still, if The Lion King is big as it is, it would still do probably $1 billion.
I don't know, man, because I think the music goes so far with why people love it.
Now,
Mulan?
if the first Lion King had no music, and then this one had no music, I still think it would that would be a different one, because nobody's going to go see the same movie.
I mean, they did.
Yeah, I still think it makes $1 billion. I still think it makes $1 billion.
I think The Lion King and Beauty and the Beast and Little Mermaid are the most, like, those are the most popular remakes that, like, before the remakes were made, those are the most popular ones they've done. I would say, like, Cinderella and Mulan are, like, second tier. Maleficent was second tier. For the rest of your days.
We definitely get an upgrade with Donald Glover over Matthew Broderick, I think, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it's him singing, though.
Broderick?
No, it's definitely not Broderick.
No.
But I don't think.
Oh, you just mean in general with Simba.
Yeah, just as the Simba. I think
but
that Glover is an upgrade.
But it's so disappointing because it's a great Simba voice, but it's such a disappointing Simba to look at. And I'm just gonna say that for the next hour and 7 minutes, but it's just so annoying.
What I would love if they would be able to do just a complete cast, like 2019 cast reading of the original Lion King in the same time, to where you could listen to that audio and watch the original animation.
I mean, I remember last year some people even made deep fakes for the lions, and they were better than this in terms of emotion. And so, like, you could just redo this movie again. That's what everyone's doing, is just redoing their movies. So
it's really
2042. They're releasing the new Lion King, and it's going to be hand-drawn animated, but it's going to be different than the original one because they're going to have like one little tweak. And it's going to, in that one scene, the one clip, it's actually going to be a live action cell. So they're going to qualify it as a live action movie. So it'll be the animated live action remake of the animated live action.
That's what they tried to do with this one, though, right? Like, wasn't the very first image that's live?
Yeah, so that's why they can say it's live action.
I do agree with Janine. She just said no one talks about Cinderella. It's the best of the live action Disney remakes. I don't disagree with that. I think the only other one
Jungle Book was better for me, but I love Cinderella. I thought it was both.
I was going to say those are my top two for sure. Like I could go back and forth either.
I really liked Jungle Book, but I haven't watched it more than twice. Cinderella I watch very frequently.
I just can't believe that Kenneth Branagh did Cinderella and now he did Artemis Fowl and the world feels backwards.
Did you even watch Artemis Fowl yet?
Yeah. It was not good. When I decided that we weren't going to do it for the watch along because you were like, I'd already watched it. I was like, I might as well watch it. So I watched it yesterday.
I play Disney Channel like all day while I'm working. That's a fun fact about me. I get to see Winston Marshall once a day because they play the same episode of Sydney to the Max. But they have a commercial for Artemis Fowl, and they make it look really cool. And I keep going, but it's not. So
That's the Disney marketing machine at work, man.
Yeah.
Although then again, they like dropped the ball so hard on making John Carter look cool because that movie's actually way cooler than it actually is.
Yeah, but that movie's much better than I think most people.
I love that movie.
I always get because this was before I was like into movies because I was 10, but I always get John Carter and Prince of Persia confused. Like in terms of like visual memory.
They have the same hair.
Yeah. Like they're both
the same hair.
same.
Yeah.
They definitely sold John Carter like a Jerry Bruckheimer film too.
And it's an Andrew Stanton one, right?
Yeah.
There was just that whole phase of like, Pixar people are going to do live action movies now, and they're going to flop, unfortunately.
Well, unless you were Brad Bird and you got Mission Impossible. And then
Brad Bird's like the only one to.
Yeah.
But really then you did Tomorrowland, and then they said, okay, but now you have to do Incredibles 2 to bounce back.
You have to redeem yourself, yeah. It's the one for you, one for me.
Yeah.
I'm not going to really say whether I think he actually redeemed himself with that, but that's a story for another day.
Ooh. I don't love
next week on the PJ Campbell Network, Incredibles 2.
But I like Incredibles 2 a lot.
I think it's fine, but I think it's much lesser than the first one because I would have done something different with it personally.
Yeah.
Well, that's a dark move right there.
Yeah.
I was not anticipating that.
See, like, how is that shot not real? That's crazy.
Janine says, also not sure how I feel about Beyonce potentially being in Black Panther 2. She's a queen, but her acting, and she put the cringe face. Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I cannot stand Austin Powers Goldmember.
Robert, yes, the John Carter books are actually great. I have all of them downstairs. It's one of my favorite book series. That's why I was so excited for the movie. It's fantastic.
Oh, speaking of a book series and your channel doing the Lightning Thief musical with Max, I just finished the first Percy Jackson book today.
Dude, we had the best conversation with Robert Kicke about Percy Jackson last night. You guys should really go back and listen to it. And I'm really glad that you read it. And I can't wait for the Disney Plus series.
So when you guys had your like Percy Jackson phase, who did you wish that your secret parent was? So that you would be like, who's like, what Greek god is your parent at Camp Half-Blood?
Well, I just read it today, so I can't say.
But you don't know. You don't have.
I
one,
didn't
like,
have a phase.
But you didn't have like a god that you were like, oh my god.
While I was reading it, I towards the end of it, I really thought Poseidon was cool, but I don't know enough about Greek mythology, and I need to. Like, it made me so interested. Like rewatching Hercules and reading that, it just got me really interested in going back and looking all that.
Yeah, I took a quiz yesterday that said I was like Zeus. But I always wanted to be like a daughter of Aphrodite when I had my like Percy Jackson phase.
Yeah. I mean, I would say probably the first thing that would come to my mind is Zeus, just because, it's powerful and stuff like that. But I would have to look at what all of the gods kind of represent.
He's just like such a fuckboy. I can't really.
Mine's definitely Hephaestus. I can't even say the fucking word.
Hephaestus.
Yeah, thank you. Just because I like art and I like to try to be creative, and that's kind of just my thing.
Someone asked what we thought of Artemis Fowl. I did not like it. I don't know. I just think it had a really big identity issue.
Oh, Apollo's a good one, Parker.
In what it was trying to be. It also just didn't make sense. It didn't establish the world really well. So I didn't understand until people started flying that it was that like it's like a fairy world.
Have you read it?
No, I didn't. I'd never read it.
I haven't read it either, and I'm kind of afraid to watch the movie just because of everything is getting reviewed on. I'm just, do I need to waste my time?
No, you do not need to waste your time.
There's a reason that they put it on Disney Plus, knowing that if it had actually gone to the box office, that it would have flopped really, really badly.
Well, it moved. It wasn't it August 2019. And then it went to the weekend that all Disney movies go to die, which is Memorial Day.
So the real truth of the matter is, for those who want to know, is that it test screened like horribly almost 2 years ago. And they were supposed to do like massive reshoots. And then they decided that there was really probably no saving the movie and decided to move on.
Yeah.
So like Kenneth Branagh just kept attaching himself to other projects, and that was that. I wonder how it actually did for Disney Plus, if I'm being honest, because I really haven't looked into seeing what the viewership.
Well, they're like Netflix though.
Yes,
they
I don't
actually
think they
release
tell
their
you.
numbers.
Yeah, they're not going to tell you anything.
Like Netflix will tell you how many people watch The Office, but they won't tell you how many people or unless it's like Stranger Things and they say like all of America watched it.
It's telling what they won't say. So if something is not getting numbers, announced about it, it's not getting views.
Or they like to try to equate it to box office, which is such a non-argument. Yeah, it's you can't really do that because you can be like 200 million people watch this. It would have made however much money, and it's like that's not how this works.
Not true.
Like,
yeah.
Yeah, but
there's plenty of things I watched on Netflix that I would never go see in a theater.
Yeah, absolutely.
How many of these were auto plays just when somebody turned on the app?
Well,
and started
it's also
playing, and they just.
You only have to watch like a minute of the movie or something for it to even count as an actual view. So how does that actually tell you anything?
It dropped that way down too. It's something like seconds for a TV show.
That's a whole nother thing for another time. Billy Eichner, man.
Yeah, 100%.
They're the only two that are really giving performances that actually feel like real performances to me. As weird as that sounds, like it's not, even though you can't see it in the faces, like it actually feels like they're trying.
Mm-hmm.
It might be because comedy's, able to be projected,
right.
vocally a little bit better. These actors and actresses, is as amazing as they are. It's about being able to project things in your eyes and show emotion with just facial gestures that you don't get in a VO booth. So you really need a really talented voiceover artist to be able to bring out that emotion vocally. And a lot of the actors that aren't used to having to do that, I think that's where you're better off with a voiceover artist versus, an actor trying to get into voiceover.
Yeah. It's just something I was noticing. It was like, oh man, I'm actually enjoying their performances. And that's really interesting.
Yeah.
How much would this movie have been different if they had gotten like the top voice acting people to play the characters?
I wonder the same thing a lot of the time. This is just a rule of thumb for me that I think that it's a mistake that a lot of the studios spend so much money on A-list actors when you have so many great actors that do voiceover work frequently for everything that they could use. And I know that they think it helps sell the movies, but I mean, I can think of a lot of animated films where, at least to me, if you had used a better voiceover actor than just an A-list actor, that the movie would have been better. I wonder if this, to your point, this one could have been better, I think, overall acting wise, but I don't know if it would have helped sell the film better.
Dwayne Burke is in the building.
Yep, I see that. What's up, Dwayne?
Like,
to your point, PJ, I mean, I love Aladdin, and Aladdin's voice is iconic, and it's Scott Weinger. I mean, he was DJ's boyfriend in Full House.
Right.
That's
But that was the first movie that introduced the concept of, like, I wasn't even alive, and I understand that, like, that was the first movie that, like, really started like the advertising of this is Robin Williams in this movie.
Right.
Yeah, it wasn't the first celebrity to
they pushed the movie. They sold the movie on him.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
They really like every single thing was him.
Like, so that's why he didn't come back to do the sequel, because he specifically did not want them to advertise like Robin Williams as the genie. He was like, I'll do it because I want to be
the third, and all the advertising is he's back.
Yeah.
Well, that was
PJ,
the thing.
Janine's comments pretty good.
Which
Abby's.
Oh yeah, I like this one right here. I live every day pretending that Hippolyta molded me from brown clay. Zeus gave me life, and I'm Nubia. That's good. I like that. What was I going to say? Because we were talking. Oh, Eisner was terrible with shit like that because he also did the same thing with Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford was supposed to be the voice and like everything for the ride, and he was like, as long as you don't try to get me out doing promotional tours, I'll totally do it. It shouldn't be a problem. And then what does Eisner do? He turns around and he tries to do that, and Ford was like, well, I'm out, and that's where we ended up getting a voiceover actor for the Indiana Jones ride.
Yep.
Dang.
Yeah.
Oh, this whole sequence is really weird. So you get a little bit of Simba's mane flying off, and now you get to see the journey of 1,000 miles for it to get to Rafiki.
This is why the movie's half an hour long.
Yeah, there's this, and then there's the scene where Scar's a sexual predator, and those are the additions to the movie.
That's
Thank you.
Like that is realism.
Well,
the Lion
King. Realism in nature. Realism in the Lion King. Scar was definitely gay.
So on in the director's commentary, Jon Favreau talked about that moment as being, instead of, because in the Broadway show he tries to like kind of rape Nala.
Really?
Mm-hmm. But and like not rape, like, but you know, and so. Then for this one, Jon Favreau said that to kind of have him hit on Sarabi was more similar to Hamlet, and how the dad goes, then like the uncle marries the dad's wife. So that was like his intention of changing it.
Okay, so now the giraffe just ate the mane.
Yes.
So what do you think's gonna happen?
So
well,
then
there's
he's
poop
gonna
involved because it's a Disney movie and poop's hilarious.
So now they gotta find another way to give it to him.
Yeah, like I have no problems with them adding the scene from the musical and then changing it. Like that's fine. It actually fits with actual lion behavior anyway, because when a new lion takes over a pride, they kill all the babies and make new ones right away.
What the
but
fuck is
do
happening?
I need that in this movie? I really don't.
Like,
there's another 15 minutes of this, PJ.
We're gonna die watching this fluff travel up a stream or whatever.
I'm so.
It's like the end of Forrest Gump in the feather.
But that's like the end of a movie,
right? And it doesn't go on for 15 minutes.
Well, they thought that the like spirit wind that was in the original would be too mystical for a movie of talking animals.
If I ever were to get a tattoo, it would be of the lion picture that Rafiki has on. Like, yes, that.
Almost like that one.
That's like, is that Black Panther themed though? Okay,
yeah,
that's
it's a
cool.
Black Panther one.
I've always thought about that because I never actually got a Disney tattoo, even though I worked for the company. And normally there's some sort, like most people get a Disney tattoo. And
Even though you're not even allowed to have tattoos that are visible.
Yeah, I had to wear sleeves while I worked there because I have tattoos on my arms.
I just don't have the commitment to anything, let alone a tattoo.
That's fair.
So the youth critic says Billy Eichner is great. The movie should have just been about them. So just remake Lion King 1.5 with Seth Rogen and Billy Eichner instead of this movie.
I can't wait to do a Lion King 1.5 watch along. A live action Timon.
The in-sync version of the song is really good.
Well, that's a throwback right there.
Yeah.
Remember when NSYNC was super popular?
Yep.
Yeah. You had to
Justin
like pick
Timberlake
your
likes to forget
sides
about
of that
that.
battle.
Yeah.
The thing I love about NSYNC is if you go back to the year like 2000 or whatever, and you just point them out and say, in 20 years, that kid right there is going to be a huge R&B star.
Well, it's like looking at the Jackson 5 and talking about Michael Jackson too, you know?
Yeah, but at least that's the same genre. You're going from like this pop icon, and he's all of a sudden he's working with, you know, Jay-Z and everybody.
Yeah. He's also a pretty good actor too.
Yeah, he's a really good actor, actually. He's great in Alpha Dog.
Yeah, Alpha Dog's severely underappreciated.
He's great in Social Network too.
Can I also bring up that I just love the random shots of lemurs that they keep having with like lemurs jumping up and down with their big eyes?
Oh my God, Janine,
I don't think they're
True
lemurs.
to Your Heart is on Twitch Saints. And that's the T.
I do really love that.
Trash in the Camp is a good song.
I really just like Tarzan kind of period. So.
Oh, that's such a hot take.
Is it?
No, I was being ironic because the way you said it like it was a hot take. Like
no, I
like Tarzan.
I don't know if I meant that that way, but you know. Hi, Max. We're glad to see you here. Happy birthday, my friend.
Happy birthday, Max.
Everybody show Max some love in the chat. It's his birthday today.
Max, you weren't invited to this because we didn't want to make you suffer on your birthday.
No lies detected.
Yeah. He told me earlier he felt like it was an affront to his birthday that we decided to do it tonight. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry, man.
It could have been Cats.
Beyonce.
It will never be Cats.
I love her.
It could be Cats.
Cats is another one I have not watched yet. So if we decide to do it, it'll have to be on a watch along.
Cats is not even fun Cats is in the category of Artemis Fowl, where it's not even fun bad. It's just bad.
Cats is what you watch along on 420. That's what you watch Cats.
I mean, I could watch it not on 420 and still be high. So
when they inevitably put out the butthole cut because people want it so bad, and everyone's just gonna bow down to whatever people want. Yeah.
Butthole cut is greater than
I'd rather watch Cats. Well, noted, Max, for when you start coming back on the watch-alongs.
I actually did watch this on my birthday last year because I came out my birthday weekend.
Oh, yeah, that was a big July release. I forgot about that.
And then the year before that, it was Mamma Mia 2. And then
Mamma
the year
Mia 2
before
is
that,
great.
It was Tenet.
Tenet?
Oh, fuck. Dunkirk.
I was going to say, you time traveling?
Isn't that what that movie's about? No, I meant Dunkirk.
Mike K said if we had a wheel for watch-alongs, Cats would be opponent's choice.
Okay, so my favorite line in all of the Lion King songs is Nala's line of like, "Why won't he be the king? I know he is the king I see inside." And I was just waiting for Beyonce to sing it. Like, I didn't want to listen to the song like beforehand when the soundtrack dropped because I just love it. And then her run is so pretty. And wow, that's all I had to say.
I'm trying to remember how I felt about hearing this or not. I think I like this better than the one in the movie The Lion King. Not better than the Elton John version, but better than the film version.
I just feel really uncomfortable watching these lions.
If you want to,
I just think of the Honest trailer, and it's like they did. We're totally gonna bone.
Yes,
I think that's what they did with this whole song. We're totally gonna pork. That's what it was. So it's all I can hear when I hear this.
Yes, that's how I found Screen Junkies was the Honest trailer because I was watching like Disney stuff on YouTube.
Yeah. The ones with the songs are always really good. They hired some really good musicians to make like the parody songs.
And they always sound like the singers too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow. No, but if you just want to think about it, if like this makes you uncomfortable, just think about Lion King 1.5 and think about how Timon and Pumbaa are actually setting all that up to try to bring them apart and just the spy music, and then it makes it funnier.
That's a fair point.
Okay.
Even that face is weird.
I'll just imagine like the animated Timon and Pumbaa in this movie with the live action lions, and I think that'll make it better.
Stealing the room.
We probably should have watched Lion King 1.5 right after Jerry Stiller died in honor of him because he's in it and he's so good.
I mean, what's Jerry Stiller not good in?
I think Seth Rogen sounds like Kermit the Frog when he sings this line. Get ready.
Okay.
Oh my God, he does.
Good damn you, Abby.
That's not even like
compliment. That's a compliment.
It is a compliment. It's nothing like I didn't see that on Twitter or anything. Like that is my genuine first reaction.
Hey, it sounds better than whoever's doing Kermit now.
Don't even get me started on who voices Kermit now.
Oh my God, Janine just blew my mind because she just said, "Can I feel the love tonight?" No, because it's still daytime.
Well,
that part really makes me mad.
I saw all the chat being like, it's literally supposed to be said at night, and I wasn't going to say anything, but I was also wondering why they didn't do that.
Oh yeah, no, that was the first thing I thought of in the movie, and I was just trying to just listen to the song and not think about it this time.
Well, yeah.
But it's like the simplest thing to just be like, the sun sets like at the beginning of the song, and then it's nighttime. Because, like, I'm sure they were thinking, like, oh, well, it makes no sense for the scene right before this to be daytime, and then all of a sudden it's night. Like, fine. Then show a sun setting. Like, it's not hard.
Well, and especially after Abby said earlier in the commentary, Favreau said he loves the dark setting. So just go for it there.
You could have done, he totally could have done the be prepared lighting, but even more colorful. Huh. What's everyone's favorite song from Lion King 2?
I don't know if I've seen Lion King 2.
What?
Really? I've seen 1.5.
We should do a series. Unfortunately, we started with this one, but then we'll do.
Well, we can only go up from there, right?
Then we'll do Lion King 1.5, and then we'll do Lion King 2.
So all of
and then we'll do the Lion Guard.
Yeah.
Dude, okay.
You just need to have a new show that is all Disney direct to video.
Yeah, wait.
That's a new series that you're gonna have, PJ.
Yes.
I mean, I'm not against it.
Hosted by Abby Freel. I mean, this is just.
Oh God! Look who's in the chat. We got Chris Clark
and
here.
Chris answered my question. We are one. That is a bot.
Yeah, I think that's my favorite.
I think I like you, Pendy.
Pendy's pretty good too. Actually, you know what? The music in Lion King 2 is like pretty good all around.
Ooh, Deception.
Deception's
a good one.
Like people do not talk about it. It's not that bad. It's pretty darn good.
Kovu is.
I still really like He Lives in You. I know that also it was used in the Broadway production and stuff. I just think the song is really great.
It's really good. I like that one too. I'm not trying to think if there's anything else I like better than We Are One, but I think that's.
I mean, Digatana from Lion King 1.5.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
I appreciate now that we're going down this rabbit hole. We might as well just do animated, like direct-to-video movies and DComs at the same time. Like
this channel would just turn into the Abby Freel channel if you did direct to. Because I grew up, I know y'all have seen them too, but I grew up specifically in the era of like the direct-to-video sequels, and so like especially Mulan. Tarzan, like there's a few movies where I knew the sequels better than the original, and Lion King might even be one of them.
Like, I didn't necessarily grow up then, but I was very much an indoor person, so I would watch them.
Yes. No, and you know what,
the same thing.
That's why we appreciate you. No, that's why you're an icon.
You know what's funny is like I actually like quite a few of them. It's actually why I was glad that quite a few of the Blu-rays actually came with some of the sequels, because I actually think some of them are pretty good. Now, are there bad ones? Yes, absolutely. Like I think the Atlantis one is awful, but like I think Mulan 2 is actually quite good.
Mulan 2 has a really good soundtrack.
So Simba's heading back home now, right?
Right.
There's 40 minutes left in this movie.
I'm going to end myself.
But don't worry. Beyonce's gonna sing.
Let's just talk about Mulan 2 again.
I'm with Janine, by the way. I was super excited about Neve Campbell in Lion King 2, and then I like that movie, guys. You know what? We should just do a month where we watch all the Scream movies, because long live Neve Campbell.
There you go.
Is it Neve? I've only ever heard it Nev.
Nev, yeah, probably.
Okay.
I'll say, but could you actually space them out to go over a full month? Because I know
because I'd probably just be like, hey guys, we're gonna do an 8-hour stream. We're gonna watch all of the Scream movies together. Let's go.
Have you seen the Bella Thorne show?
You would end up watching Scream like 20 times.
I actually did an after show for the Scream TV series for the first season, and she followed me for a while on Twitter when I was doing it. A couple of the actors and actresses did, and the MTV account still follows me to this day. And so do some of the writers. So
wow, what a flex! Bella Thorne followed me on Twitter for a little bit.
Yeah,
you want to get a good trip? Look at Pat's followers. It is an impressive trip to take.
My favorite is that Tom Cruise follows me on Twitter.
Yeah, the Tom Cruise one is like the funniest one.
I don't know. The Tom Cruise one is the most strange thing.
I had the guy who's saying Chocolate Rain follow me, and then
you had Tay Zonde?
Yeah, but then he unfollowed me, and I don't know why.
All right, I'm gonna say this right now. Hey, so Janine, that's amazing. Janine, will you watch the Scream movies with Max and I on the channel? Because if you want to, I would love to have you, and we can do Scream.
You know what would be fun though? You were talking about like those long streams. It would be fun to do like Back to the Future 1, 2, and 3 one day.
I agree.
Yeah, just do like
love to do that.
whole like all day trilogy.
We could do that. One I've thought about doing, it would legitimately be the longest day ever, but getting Smets and some of the others to do a Lord of the Rings one and do the extended versions of the first 3. Like
getting ready to see Parker's name go boom, 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 boom.
Yeah. Rob just was yeah, I'm in.
All right. And Janine's all in on Scream, so we're going to figure that out because I really want to do that now. And
Can I be on it if Janine's going to be on it?
Abby, do you not remember that we've literally had this conversation that you have like a open invitation?
Do I?
Yes, I have told you that.
Oh, I didn't remember.
Okay. I'm glad that our conversations are very memorable.
Yeah.
It's all been heard. You can call dibs on anything, Abby. We've heard.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, you know.
I'm especially going to call dibs on when you do Mulan too. So.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So, okay, I love the music when Simba's running back to the Pride Lands. And I love Spirit as a song, but it doesn't work here. It sounds like a pop song in The Lion King.
Yeah. Chris, so many thumbnails ahead. Yeah, Chris, we love you, and we appreciate all the work that you do for the channel.
If you do Mulan too, you should, like, edit, like, the person, like the people on the panel's heads on like the bodies of the princesses in Mulan too.
You know, I'm wondering how many of these that we could do like double features of now, like doing Mulan 1 and 2 in one night.
They're both probably like an hour and a half.
Yeah. If the chat is down for that, let us know. Cause I mean, you guys kind of dictate the things that we do. And like, if you guys are down for us doing double features, that is a thing that I am absolutely open to doing.
Yeah. It would be a fun way to kind of, cultivate that or curate that, you know, like what would 2 movies would go together. Not necessarily like back-to-back sequels, but movies like Knives Out and Clue, like I did earlier.
Right.
Oh my God, guys! Beyonce just dropped a song.
Are you serious?
Guys, I have to leave. Beyonce just dropped a song while we were listening to Spirit.
Wait, she did?
Yes.
I mean, will you come back? You can exit out.
No, it was a joke. It was a joke.
Oh,
I was like,
no. It's not a joke that she dropped a song, but it's
she really did just now.
Yeah, that's what I just got. Notification
So
for.
we timed
I have
this perfect.
emotions that are.
Bro,
how am I handling this?
I meant it was a joke that I was going to leave the stream.
You got so excited, and then I thought you said it was a joke that she released a song, and then I got really sad.
No, no, she did. She's really been doing the most during quarantine, and I'm here for it.
Well, we will all listen to that after the stream.
Yeah,
I think that'd be good. I'm also thinking
have a listen along. Everybody bring up your Spotify and have it queued up at 0.00.
We totally do that.
Wait, what the heck?
I don't use Spotify.
Where is it?
I would say also I'd like to do one where it's like movies that could feel like sequels to things that were not sequels, and doing like Thunderball and The Rock, because The Rock feels like a very James Bond sequel of what
I never thought about that
if Bond was burned. So that's one that I would like to do.
Spiritual sequels.
Yeah. Another one for me is Ferris Bueller and High Fidelity, where what would happen if Ferris fell off of his like life moves pretty fast and became very jaded. That. Yeah. Because
he basically becomes Cameron.
Yeah, he basically becomes Cameron. And the funny thing is that Cusack was supposed to be Ferris before Matthew Broderick.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of fun for me. I do a lot of that. Things that we could think about.
I want to get that list. You tell me all these movies that you've got this headcanon for, and I want to watch them and be in that headspace.
Oh, totally. Oh,
Snowpiercer and Willy Wonka is for sure, Janine.
I'm looking at this.
I love that one.
Yeah, absolutely.
I also love the Weasley brothers theory, where they say that after Fred died, George became Willy Wonka.
Can we talk about Chris's Air Force One and An American Tail? What?
What? Like what? What?
Chris Clark, ladies and gentlemen.
I need to know the through line.
Is Fievel played by Harrison Ford?
No, Chris Clark. Explain yourself.
You're thinking of American Made? That's an airplane.
I think he's serious.
No, I think he is too, and that's why we're trying to get him to explain it.
Explain yourself.
Chris, you have access to coming into this stream. You can pop in here and explain it to us in person if you'd like.
It would be more interesting than the last 30 minutes because, my God, 30 minutes of this movie.
Oh, God, really?
Was he just singing Be Our Guest?
Not even a joke.
Yes.
Solid. Okay.
I was waiting for you to catch that. That was one of my favorite parts of the movie, actually.
No, it's fine. I was just making sure.
When that happened on screen, I audibly laughed.
See, I think they should have done more stuff like that to just like, not saying you have to sing other Disney stuff, but just like make it more of like a movie, like for the.
Look, I would say if you're gonna watch, like, if you're going to link Air Force One to anything, it's clearly Jack Ryan became president after Clear and Present Danger.
Yeah.
That's the connection, not Air Force One and American.
No, I think now we have to do it. And then when people ask us what the through line is, Chris isn't even on the stream, and we're just like, these are the movies that Chris Clark watches in July.
Do you watch them in July, just before July 4th, or just?
It's every year he watches An American Tale.
Yeah, I have follow-up questions. Like, is this like you watch them every year? Is this you don't watch them any other time outside of July? Is this like, a traditional double feature that
movies.
You do?
So
I have a lot of questions.
Yeah.
I have so many questions. I'm so curious.
Yeah,
this is definitely.
I think he's classifying them as patriotic movies.
This is the Clarkiest thing he's said all day.
I mean, and Clark says some things a lot of the time.
It's best when he thinks he says one thing and says something completely different.
Oh shit. Okay. Theresa, I just saw your message, and that is fascinating. We could double that with the Blair Witch.
Yes, places that I have been.
Places that Theresa has been.
So I sent him because Tuck Everlasting was filmed where I grew up, because they wanted, since it was set, so far in the past, they wanted an underdeveloped area, which is where I grew up. So I have stories about lots of locations in Tuck Everlasting, and I've been camping in the Blair Witch Woods. So
that's
yay, Maryland.
I am definitely still taking you up on coming out there when all this is over, and we're gonna go camping in the Blair Witch Woods, because absolutely, I have to do that.
There's literally basically what you see especially when they is it the second movie that has the sheriff?
Yeah,
that's accurate for that area.
I saw that movie in the theaters. Ugh. Blair Witch 2 was just trash.
Dude, Blair Witch 2 might be one of the worst horror sequels of all time, and there's
so
some real
bad.
bangers. Although what's funny
is the worst movie I've ever seen in theaters.
What's funny is that Jeffrey Donovan is in that pre-burn notice.
Oh wow.
Yeah. He's one of the leads.
I didn't realize there were actual leads in that movie. I don't remember any.
I for whatever reason, I always remember the weird scene where they're watching the camera footage. It's the only time you see any hidden footage or found footage, and it's very bizarre. I liked Blair Witch quite a bit, though. I was at Comic-Con. I was at that screening where it was revealed that it was Blair Witch, and we had no idea because it was still the woods. And I have that poster in my living room or the stairwell. From Dusk Till Dawn.
How is there still 28 minutes left?
I know. From Dusk Till Dawn 2 and 3 are not great, but they were also direct-to-video. They weren't theatrically released, so I didn't expect as much.
What VHS had a commercial for Dusk Till Dawn on it? Because I remember watching the trailer for that movie so many times. I can probably say the trailer, quote it. Yeah. I can't, but when I was younger, I probably could. But what movie would I have been watching as a child that had that trailer before?
It would have had to have been something Miramax or Touchstone around that time, because it was still owned by Disney. I don't know, but I always remember that trailer because it's got the Clooney, the very famous "Be cool, you be cool." God, I love From Dusk Till Dawn.
It really bothered me that I don't know the answer to this because, what is it?
I feel really bad.
I think this is really tacky, the flashback.
Yeah. I was I was gonna say, number one, I felt bad that we had like gone so off rails that Abby hadn't been talking. Number one, but that was not good. So I'm glad you threw that out there.
You're welcome.
More ways for them to extend the time.
Yeah.
Why is this movie so long?
Because
I think the fire looks kind of cool. I mean, I'm not gonna lie about that, but.
There's also a really cringy part where Beyonce fights the girl hyena.
Oh, really?
And it's like the same energy as Infinity War, where it's like the girls get to fight the girls.
Yeah. Did Favreau talk about any of this and like why he chose to do what he did in the commentary? I'm just curious. Like
to do what?
Any of like
make the movie?
Well, this like why did he drag everything out? Does he talk about why he added or plussed out?
This part he was like, gotta bring in. I remember he was like, this finishes Pumbaa's arc because he stands up for himself.
Huh.
But he did say that they tried the slow-mo shots, if you guys remember from The Lion King.
Yeah.
And that it didn't work. And so they scratched it, but I was like, that wasn't like, I don't know. I just think this is kind of cool with the fire, but here's this part.
Oh, wow. They really gave her like a cheesy 80s action line too.
So is this the added time at the end? Is it literally just like, let's try and make a more epic battle? Like, is that what this is?
I think it's built up over the course of the movie, though. I mean, like you had the main scene that lasted for forever.
There's a lot of scene transitions.
Yeah. It's just like a little bit of 1 minute scene that's cutting into another one over and over.
Because like Rafiki doesn't get that much to do.
No.
in
Let's knock this on a squash banana, crack, drain.
I haven't seen past, I think, the Timon and Pumbaa initial scene.
Wait. Rafiki's actually fighting people right now. What the hell is happening?
Oh, they did mention how like it wouldn't make sense that a monkey has a stick. And so this is the only moment that he like really is given.
Wait, it wouldn't make sense?
That's what Jon Favreau said.
For him to like walk with it, I'm thinking, because he uses a walking stick, that wouldn't be realistic.
That's fair.
Yeah.
But as a weapon.
Yeah, because apes use tools, man.
I've seen Planet of the Apes. I know this.
So they also ride horses.
Apes on horses. Apes on horses.
Dr. Zaius.
King of Pride Rock.
Mike asked, for those who have seen both, which remake feels longer, this or Beauty and the Beast?
This
by a lot.
See, the thing about The Lion King that when you hear the announcement of it is like with Beauty and the Beast and Cinderella and even Jungle Book, it's like the appeal of seeing it is like, oh, you get to see it with people and you get to see it like real life people interact in this magical world. Where in The Lion King, like you can't get real, like it already had an issue to begin with, which is like, what's the appeal of seeing real live lions,
Right.
Yeah.
Because like Jungle Book, you got to see Mowgli interact in the virtual environment, and you got Beauty and the Beast, you get to see like Emma Watson interact with like the CGI house or the castle, and so like it's just like there's no appeal to begin with.
Well, and also the additions they made to Beauty and the Beast, I think, serve the story better. Like they have meaning. Like they fill in like every like plot gap that was in the animated version is explained in the live action version. Yeah, they give the dad more character. They give a song to the beast. So like the additions they make in the live action movie are fantastic. They're my favorite parts of the movie. Like all the stuff that they did shot for shot from the animated movie are like my least favorite parts. And then all like the new stuff is so good.
That's what I like about Aladdin. I like what they what they did with Aladdin with some of the additional.
Aladdin is such a weird
Aladdin surprised me.
I like
liked
it, and I don't.
Thought I would.
What they added to it is what I liked because I loved Speechless. Like
it was the
that
best
Jasmine
live action remake of 2019.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It didn't.
You're not wrong.
It didn't have a lot of competition because it had Dumbo, Lady and the Tramp, and this against it.
Well,
and I liked Dumbo a little bit.
Dumbo's not really a remake though. Like it's more of a sequel.
No, have you seen Dumbo?
Yeah, like Dumbo? I mean, it feels like it does the movie at the beginning and then becomes a totally different thing, at least to me.
Well, sure. Yeah, I mean, they get through the he can learn to fly thing in like the first 2 seconds.
That's what I mean. Like they get through the what you know Dumbo to be so quickly, and then it totally goes and does its own thing, for better or worse. Because I don't think it's one of the worst, but I don't think it's one of the best either.
I completely forgot Dumbo came out until Abby said it, and I was like, "Oh yeah, Dumbo did come out."
I forgot Aladdin came out, and I actually like that one. So I listen to Speechless all the time.
One of the times that I felt like I failed as an aunt was when I showed my nephews the animated Beauty and the Beast, and they'd seen the live action beforehand, and they were like, "Oh, this is just like the live action one."
No.
I was like, "Oh, children, I have failed you."
When I have kids, they will not know the live actions exist for the longest time, as long as I can keep it that way.
Didn't they also not love a Goofy movie, though?
They did not appreciate the fact that I knew the perfect cast. They were not impressed at all.
They're so uncultured.
They are.
Pardis says Disney needs to stop turning all their animated films into live action. I mean,
completely agree.
I mean, I get it, but I also know why they're doing it. And so part of me understands that a lot of it's a copyright thing so that they can hold on to the characters and things like that. But
that's a fair point.
Look, I mean, they've been doing it.
Do they not own the characters when they're doing?
So because so much of it, the way
stories too
are based on stories, and a lot of it is things that are public domain. But on top of that, when the copyright starts to give up, they can recreate characters and twist it so that they can own the characters longer. So that's why they do what they do, and that's why they've remade things since the beginning. I think people forget, they used to remake all their movies back in the 90s too. Jungle Book was remade in live action long before Favreau did it and stuff like that. So
I like that Jungle Book too.
That one used to be on Netflix.
Yeah, I think it's on
HBO Max or something.
Yeah,
or it might have been on Plus that I saw. Yeah, obviously it would be on Plus that I saw it.
Yeah, so I don't give a lot of weight to people who are like Disney only does remakes anymore, when I'm like Disney's kind of always done the remake thing. I mean,
also,
most of it was just with their live action stuff. So you would see, Cheaper by the Dozen and things like that. Those were the ones that were getting the remakes.
How many versions of Freaky Friday have they had now?
Yep.
3.
What were you gonna say, Abby?
Well, I for someone who's been complaining about this movie the whole time, I also went opening weekend. This movie made $1 billion. There's no reason. Because dumb people like myself are gonna go and see it because they want to see it, or at least even if they hate it.
Oh yeah,
okay, movie's over now, right? Yeah, he just won.
I've done it. So Disney Magic just brought it.
1840 left. What the fuck?
20 minutes left.
What are they gonna show? Nala and Simba boating?
This music is so good.
The 90s 101 Dalmatians with Glenn
Close.
Yes,
and 102.
Yep.
And
I like both those.
The Parent Trap, the
Flubber.
The 90s Parent Trap was good. Flubber.
Herbie.
I mean, Herbie, yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, I'm not against them doing that stuff.
Yeah.
But we also had to shout out Peyton Reed's 1990s Herbie film that was on ABC also.
Yeah. Because
Bruce Campbell was in it.
Yeah. I adore Peyton Reed so much.
I do too. His filmography is so interesting. All of his
Love is so underrated.
Yeah.
Nobody
Bring it
what
on.
Movie?
Down with Love. That I keep telling you need to watch.
The one with Ewan McGregor and Renee Zellweger.
So something I didn't notice until I watched it yesterday is that all the animals from the beginning have little babies now.
Oh.
Because they all been boning.
See, that's just bold because a lot of them have been eaten by now.
Oh my god, I love The Lion King even when it's bad.
Period or something? elephants have like a 2-year gestation period, so
Yeah,
that would not be accurate.
Can
I've
you
been watching a lot of zoo documentaries.
I have an incredibly weird amount of animal knowledge in this brain. If we
There's
had
a
like
great
an
Disney
animal
Plus show called
showdown, I
Secrets
would
of the
I
Zoo,
would
and it's
win.
awesome.
With Dr. Priya.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen it.
It's,
Yeah.
Priya's the best. I gotta go to the Cincinnati Zoo just to
Chris.
see her.
The first Jungle Book live action movie was amazing. A guy died sinking in quicksand. Such a horrible way to die. Only Chris.
Okay, it has 17-minute credits.
Oh,
Wait,
shit.
why are
That's
there
why
credits
we're alive in the
17 minutes?
17-minute credits.
Let's go back though. Those of us who were alive in the 90s, why did so many shows and
Wait,
movies like
Jake-
terrify us about quicksand?
Jeff Nathanson wrote this.
I mean, he should not get the credit. That's okay. Can I just rant about how it's
Yes,
so messed
absolutely.
up
Yes.
that he gets the
All your
screenplay
rants.
because 85% of the dialogue is all beats from the first one, and the original screenwriters, the original director, the original animators, I do not see them credited at all.
Also,
It annoys
Julie
me.
Taymor produced it.
Perfect.
I do like this new Elton
I'm
John
with
song,
Abby,
though.
by the way. I think that's 100% it.
Yep.
I think it's such bullshit that the original writers get cut out of this
Look,
stuff.
if
that's
you
especially the
if you write a
animators.
song and you just barely get proven that it's slightly a sample, then you have to credit the original songwriter in your
Right.
music, and you have to
This-
give them royalties. This is much more than just a tiny bit like the first one.
Would it be
come
a
on.
hot take to say that this is the best Elton John song that came out in 2019 for a soundtrack?
No, I don't
No.
disagree.
Beating Rocket Man?
No, I love that one.
Yeah.
I love the
I
Rocket Man song.
Disagree.
I just wanted to see what you guys would say.
I just like Elton John. So
I mean, like I said, I'm not going to complain about any Elton John songs.
yeah, exactly.
Soundtracks.
I got my mom to watch Rocket Man yesterday, and she loved it, and I was happy.
I'm so like, I don't really know what we just watched. I mean, it was clearly The Lion King.
I like that now that Disney Plus wants us to watch the animated one, though.
I know,
Yeah,
I
they're like,
noticed that.
now
Like
watch the
I got
better
Lion King,
version of the
too.
movie you just watched.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I got the
I
first
think because
one.
I watched
Abby, you have a compliment.
Oh, thank you. I curled my hair for this. For karaoke, even though you're not on camera.
Yes, I agree. Rocket Man is 100% greater than Bohemian Rhapsody. That movie was
That's
so
not
underrated.
a competition.
No,
It's
not
not
even
a
close.
competition.
No, it's not a competition.
And I believe that Taron should have been way up there for best.
Well,
actor.
that's on
He was
Paramount.
so good.
It out at the wrong time of year.
Yeah, I know.
Too late.
I blame Paramount.
This song is so
Never
good.
Too late.
I'm like, I'm
Taron
down.
Egerton was so good
Never too late.
in that movie.
Fight the fight, never
All right,
too late to
so
deny.
now that I've seen it,
Never too late.
I'm really like, it was well directed, but I'm just trying to figure out how you plus that movie so goddamn much. Like, I'm so confused.
Shout out to the AD, David Vanges Jr.
All right, Theresa,
It's-
I'm starting with you because you're with me
Okay.
on this. We've never seen this. What are your thoughts now that we've watched the movie?
I'm very glad that I watched it with a group of people where the conversation deviated from the movie quite a bit, because I think if I was watching it just myself, just watching the movie, I would have been checking the time way more. Because like I said, I mentioned it earlier, because I grew up with the original. I love the original. I would have spent literally the entire movie just comparing scene for scene. I'm like, because Abby mentioned it too, with like the colors of the scenes and how vibrant everything is in the animated version. Like, that's what I know and that's what I love. So I think watching this without other people to kind of converse with during it, I just would have spent the whole time comparing the two.
Yeah.
I for me with remakes, like, it has to have some kind of different perspective or some kind of alternate take on it that the original didn't have, and this was not that. And we kind of talked about the reasons why that didn't happen, which I get, but it doesn't make me want to watch this again. Like, I would much rather just watch the animated version.
No, totally. I don't disagree with that assessment really at all. I think watching it with everyone here definitely made it a better watch for me overall. Kristen, what are you thinking right now?
I mean, work wasn't any less or more boring than it normally is. So
We didn't cheer you up any better. I mean,
no,
James,
you
only 2
guys
stars
were
on
fantastic. The movie itself, it's like, it was good background noise. I think that's like what I would rank it at.
That's
like, this
accurate.
is good background noise. Like, minus Scar's song, I think the music sounded good, the singing sounded good, the vocals sounded good. But
I
like,
do like this credits music. Like,
yeah, the credits music, baller. But the actual visual of it is like, meh. So if you're busy and you don't like want to pay too much attention to something, but you also like want to watch The Lion King, it's probably a good time to do it.
I think, especially with us, because we're very interesting. I think we added a whole
That's
lot
true.
of conversation to the movie.
You did.
James, I'm going to go over to you next. And what are your overall thoughts now that you've revisited it?
I dislike it more this time than when I saw it in the theater. No, when I left the theater, I thought it was okay. I was like, all right, yeah, it's fine. It's all right. I don't love it. Don't like it. Now I'm thinking, more along the lines of it being bad. But definitely not technically. I mean, it is a beautiful movie to watch. It's just that a lot of those character faces, I mean, you just can't get the emotion out of it that you need to convey, everything that you need it to do.
Mike says that he was more invested in the conversation than the movie itself, and I think
that's what I was hoping for.
Same.
Yeah, not gonna lie, I think we were all feeling that. It's
like Theresa said, and I said earlier, it's why are we making new versions of already great movies? You need to if I get the technical aspect that you're saying, the legalese of it, which is going to be an element, but let's dip into the 80, 90 years of Disney that you can find a lot of these films that had good ideas but were executed poorly in the past that we can kind of make better now. I'm
glad that Disney Magic thought it was fun, at least, so that means that we were doing our job. I'm wondering if Cthulhu wants to rain terror on us earlier because I made him watch it with us or not. We'll find out, I guess.
Well, if we all die, then you know why.
I mean, it is 2020.
So to the one who did unleash this on all of us, Abby Freel, how are you feeling now that we've revisited the film?
I feel as good as I did the first time I watched it, which is just numb, because it's just a weird mix of feelings, because it's like you feel like what you just watched, but it felt like The Lion King, but it wasn't The Lion King, and so you just feel like nothing, Yeah.
It feels kind of empty, and it made me feel kind of empty, as weird as that is.
It's just so lifeless in the way it's animated, and so then there's no emotion, and you're just like, well, that movie happened. It sounded good. It looked like I was turned on the Animal Planet, but you know what?
Yeah, the animals on Animal Planet don't need to actually emote and make me feel things, whereas it needed to with this movie. So it feels so strange to just be like,
what we needed? We needed no dialogue and just David Attenborough doing voiceover.
Yeah.
I would have been okay with that.
Simba has done a bad thing.
I mean, if nothing else, the credits music is really good. They added "He Lives in You."
Yeah.
And
Nebo
come on, guys. At least there's good credits music.
And also there must be 17 minutes of credits because they have so many people working on the.
Yeah.
No,
9
I think
minutes to
the
go.
credits end at 1:58:18 or 1:58:18 is when the Disney logo hits after the castle. So I don't know what the rest of.
So I can tell you
the time is.
It is so for Disney Plus, especially because they have so many versions with different languages and different
language crafting.
Right. So that
makes sense. That makes sense. That's fair.
So now that we're still kind of letting this wrap up, I'm going to go ahead and just go around. We'll let everyone kind of plug what they're doing right now. I'm going to start again with Theresa. Where can everyone find you online?
Yeah, so you can find me. I am mostly on Twitter at Gertie the Dino. I also do have a Disney podcast where it's mostly themed to the Disney parks. So it's called No Guilt Disney. We do talk about Disney Plus here and there, but especially if you're interested in any theme park things, because there's a lot of news happening with theme parks right now, is because they're about to reopen. You can go find us on No Guilt Disney. Anywhere you listen to podcasts, that's where we can be found.
Awesome. And Kristen, where can everyone find you?
Just, I guess, listening to this credits music for a while because it's really good. Also Smith _K10, the number, not the word. Twitter, Instagram, Stardust, even though I don't post anything with Stardust. And also over at Take 3, where, I don't know. Sometimes I go on there, do stuff.
Sometimes
I have time.
I like that. That's a good thing. All right. And James, what about you?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram and Letterboxd at Gator24. It's G4 TOR 24. See me popping up occasionally here, there, everywhere. I just had a match called Action yesterday against Ben Bateman for our Schmo Bates,
Did you win?
the Schmodown debate show. You guys gonna have to watch the match and find out whether I won or not. It's a fantastic match. It's really great. If we were friends, you would have watched the match last night and known whether I won or lost.
If we were friends, you would know that I was streaming last night, and so was Abby. So that's just rude of you to throw that in our face.
I was.
Yeah, it was a fantastic match. Ben's a great dude.
No, you were
we had
watching
a lot
me,
of fun.
Kristen.
So yeah, go check that out, and hopefully, I'm part of the den in the movie trivia showdown. So hopefully, we can get that going shortly.
About to start.
And I may be able to get a match before the end of the year. So we'll see.
Are you going to be in the singles tournament?
I don't know. We'll find out.
Hey, real quick, before we go anywhere, hey, Chris, how about you explain your American Tail and Air Force One thing to the...
Oh, well, look, Air Force One and American Tail, I just watch every July. It's essentially it's very patriotic. It gives you that sense of wonderment with like the president and America. This is going to be a mess right now. I don't know if I should be explaining this because I could get canceled. But it's just a great double feature. You go from people getting shot in a plane to a fun family movie with mice. That's all. It's just a good kind of juxtaposition. Yeah.
Okay.
And you do this every year.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was great. Chris, thank you for stopping by. We'll talk to you later. Abby, where can everyone find you online?
You guys can find me at Abigail Freel on all social media and at Twitch at Absters21.
All right, guys. And you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at PJ_Campbell. And you can find us kind of here every night doing different stuff. Again, you can find all the podcast over on Spotify and iTunes. Check out some of the shows that we've got going on. We got Family Game Night tomorrow. There's going to be a Suddenly Soundtracks Wednesday, Famous Last Words on Tuesday. And we got Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs Monday and The Rocketeer on Friday. So with that, I'm PJ Campbell, Abby Freel, James White, Theresa, Kristen Smith, and Chris Clark. We did not cancel you just yet, but, we still got time. Have a great night, everyone. We'll see you later.
I want to be so long. Farewell to you, my friend. Goodbye for now. Until we meet again. I said so long. Farewell to you, my friend. Goodbye for now. Until we meet again. Oh, it's been great to play and sing together in the box, and now it's time to say goodbye. Ooh, so long. Farewell to you, my friend. Goodbye. Oh, for now. Until we meet again. Goodbye for now. Until we meet again.